The Trump administration sparked outrage and a constitutional crisis on March 15, 2025. They deported Venezuelan detainees to El Salvador despite a federal judge's order. This action directly contravened Judge James E. Boasberg's ruling to halt the deportations. The administration claimed a different legal basis. They argued the detainees could remain in El Salvador while they appealed the judge's order. This move sparked immediate controversy. Critics accused the administration of undermining the judiciary. The deportations involved individuals apprehended under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. This act, revived by President Trump, allows for the expedited deportation of individuals deemed threats to national security. The administration designated the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, or TDA, as a terrorist organization in February 2025. They used this designation to justify the use of the Alien Enemies Act against suspected TDA members. The detainees were flown to El Salvador, a country with its own history of human rights concerns. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, a controversial figure himself, confirmed their arrival. He further announced their transfer to a terrorism confinement center. This facility has been criticized by international human rights groups for its harsh conditions. The decision to deport these individuals to such a facility raised serious questions about the Trump administration's commitment to human rights. The incident also underscored the potential dangers of using broad executive power in matters of immigration and national security. This act of defiance against a judicial order immediately drew comparisons to other controversial moments in Trump's political career. Critics pointed to his history of attacking the judiciary and ignoring legal norms. This latest event, however, struck at the core of the balance of power in the U.S. government. It raised serious questions about the future of American democracy under an administration seemingly willing to operate outside the bounds of the law. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798, a relic of America's early history, found itself thrust into the spotlight once more in 2025. Enacted during a time of heightened tensions with France, the act granted the president sweeping powers to detain and deport non-citizens deemed enemies in times of war. While rarely used throughout history, its invocation by the Trump administration to justify the deportation of Venezuelan nationals sparked immediate controversy and reignited debates about its constitutionality and potential for abuse. The act's history is fraught with controversy, most notably its use during World War II to justify the internment of Japanese Americans. This dark chapter in American history serves as a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in granting the executive branch unchecked power in the name of national security. The act's vague language and broad definitions of enemy alien leave it open to interpretation and potential misuse, particularly against marginalized communities. The Trump administration's decision to invoke the Alien Enemies Act in the case of the Venezuelan detainees raised immediate red flags for legal scholars and human rights advocates. They argued that the act's original intent was to address threats from foreign nations, not individuals associated with criminal organizations. Furthermore, they pointed to the lack of due process afforded to those detained under the act, as individuals could be deported without a trial or the opportunity to challenge their designation as an enemy alien. The revival of the Alien Enemies Act in 2025 underscored the ongoing tension between national security concerns and the protection of individual rights. Critics argued that the act's use set a dangerous precedent, potentially paving the way for its broader application against other groups deemed undesirable by the government. The controversy surrounding the act served as a stark reminder of the fragility of civil liberties, particularly in times of perceived crisis.